In Pit Lane, brought to you by Online Invent, and with thanks to our Platinum Star Patreon supporters. Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of In Pit Lane, coming to you from the studios of RMI TV here in the heart of Grand Prix City, Melbourne. Well, joining us a little bit later on in the program, we had on the weekend, of course, probably the biggest domestic event in Australia with the Bathurst 1000, but it's coming up this weekend down at Avalon, at the Avalon Motorsport Complex. We have, well, the other end of the spectrum, I suppose, the more affordable aspect, something that you can get involved with. It's called AutoCross, and we'll be finding out about, not just about AutoCross, but about all of the things that are conducted by our special guests from the Western District Car Club a little bit later on in the program. Also, we've got music from the Hopeful Few coming up as well. Speaking of the Hopeful Few, we've got the Hopeful One here. We've got Craig Doc Latigo, and Doc, what did you think of Bathurst? And please don't say parody.
Welcome, hello everyone, hello Brett. I call it the Hopeful Duo actually. Yeah, I thought it was, even though it was...
No, I'm not hopeful, trust me. No,
it was,
you know that by now.
It was good to see Giz go off in a really in a nice fairy tale send-off, and yeah, hopefully it makes the field more closer next year.
Well, let's find out all about that hopefully without the use of the word parody. This is the In Pit Lane Motorsport News. Yes, and Shane Van Gisbergen will leave his current stint in supercars as a 3 times Bathurst 1000 winner after leading home a Camaro 1-2 at Mount Panorama last Sunday. Driving with fellow Kiwi Richie Stanaway, Van Gisbergen moved up through the field to take the lead late in the race, going on to win by the largest margin in 24 years. The win was also the first for an all-Kiwi lineup since Greg Murphy and Stephen Richards, also back in 1999. The Erebus Camaro of championship leader Brodie Kostecki and Dave Russell was second, with Anton De Pasquale and Tony D'Alberto, the first of the Fords home, in third place.
The Camaros may have won Bathurst, but they weren't the fastest cars on the mountain at Bathurst. The honour went to the Audi Chev Sports Sedan of Melbourne driver Jordan Caruso. What a kid he is. He's joined us a few times. Caruso set a new lap record for the class with a 2 minutes, 3 seconds, .6473. After a blistering time of just over 2 minutes, 2.02 in qualifying. Those fast lap times weren't enough to win the weekend though, which went to the Alfa Chev of Tony Ricciardello to further strengthen his championship lead with 1 round remaining on the Gold Coast in 2 weeks' time.
And English driver Harry King had a great debut on the mountain with 3 wins, a new lap record and overall points for the Carrera Cup. King led home fellow Porsche Super Cup driver Harry Jones, with New Zealander Chris Vanderdrift taking third. In fourth place was Jackson Walls, who's now reduced his deficit to the absent championship leader Callum Hedge to less than 10 points with 2 rounds remaining. Liam Talbot dominated in Pro-Am, winning all 3 races.
In other categories on the mountain, Kay Allen won Super 2, with Cam McLeod taking Super 3. Ryan Casher wrapped up the Toyota 86 Series after 2 race wins, and Aaron Borg won the Super Utes.
Rolling out for 54 seconds.
Dean Wilson, Max Anstey and Parker Ross took out their respective class honours in a tightly contested opening round of the Australian Supercross Championship in Adelaide. The Adelaide Entertainment Centre delivered a tight indoor track that was great for fans being so close to the action, but made passing very tough. In the SX1 final, Kawasaki rider Matt Moss exploded out of the gates to take an early lead, but Wilson soon passed him and held on to take the first SX1 win for the 2023 championship season.
Yeah, I started the day off fastest in free practice, then the qualifier, won the heat and the main, so a clean sweep. Tell you what, I haven't done that in so long. I work really hard, and to get a win feels good. I haven't won in a long time. Love being here in Australia, and I'm enjoying myself. And And when there's a happy Dean, usually there's a pretty fast Dean. So I feel like today was pretty solid.
Cup season is winding down with the final 8 now set in place after last weekend's race on the Roval at Charlotte. And that's where we'll kick off this week's In Pit Lane International Wrap. Road race specialist AJ Allmendinger secured an impressive victory in Sunday's Bank of America 400 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway road course. Driving the Co-League Racing Chevy, Allmendinger led for the final 33 laps to lead home William Byron by a margin of 0.06 of a second. The win was Allmendinger's first of the season and the third of his Cup Series career, all achieved on road courses. Kyle Busch was third, falling short of the victory required to advance into the playoffs round of 8. The playoff elimination list also included Ross Chastain, Bubba Wallace and Brad Keselowski. And strong performances from the Lawrence brothers were not quite enough for Australia in the Motocross of Nations held last weekend in France. Jet Lawrence won the final race, but a strong all-round performance gave the win to the home team of Romain Febvre, Tom Vialli and Maxime Renault. Australia was second with Jet and Hunter Lawrence, joined by Dean Ferris. Team Italy was third. Another GT endurance race victory for Team WRT. The BMW M4 of Philip Enger, Sheldon van der Linde and Dries Van Thor has won the 4th annual Indianapolis 8-hour race, the latest round of the Intercontinental GT Challenge. The team overcame a drive-through penalty for exceeding the maximum single stint time and drove back to the lead to set a new race record of 332 laps in 8 hours. The Kraft Bamboo Racing Mercedes AMG of Maxi Gotts, Rafael Marciello and Jules Gounon finished in second place after briefly taking the lead in the middle stages. Despite nursing a broken splitter, Marciello held off the Group M Racing Mercedes in the last hour, finishing just half a second ahead at the line. BMW has now won 3 straight Intercontinental GT Challenge races and leads the series by 11 points from Mercedes with 1 round remaining. And Max Verstappen is the 2023 World Formula One champion after victory at a very hot Qatar Grand Prix last weekend. Verstappen dominated the race held in oppressive heat with several drivers requiring medical attention for heat-related conditions after the race. It was a great weekend for Melbourne driver Oscar Piastri, who had his best result with a second place ahead of teammate Lando Norris. Piastri won Saturday's sprint race, confirming once again that he'll be a major contender for next year's title. You're watching In Pit Lane. We're going to take a break now. When we come back, we'll be joined by our guests from the Western District Car Club and also our musical guest for tonight, the Hopeful Few. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Get the phone ringing for your business with website development and SEO services from Online Invent. Visit onlineinvent.com.au.
It's up to the band. How rough?
Just throw them on then.
Not that rough. Okay, look, if we can get the band in, let's try one.
For the side B side, yeah, let's do face.
Yep, we'll get the band in. If you're watching on Facebook, I don't know, I'm assuming we're going live on Facebook.
Oh, can I jump the gun?
We are live on Facebook. Yes, now, because of all the chaos, yes, we should say thank you to Online Invent.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Roy. Happy birthday to you. And come on, we'll have another one at Bathurst again coming up soon, yeah. I haven't caught up with him for a while.
Yes, Roy Ellery from Online Invent. It's his birthday today as we record tonight's show. So thank you, as I said to you online, thank you very much. With the show would not be on for this year had it not been for the intervention by Roy. So we really do.
Brett, this is our social media post. We won't have to actually write one on Facebook to him now. This is the upgraded version.
I think if Roy's doing anything, he will probably be out celebrating somewhere, and he will watch this later, probably not live. But anyway, speaking of, now we've had all sorts, as you may be aware, because we're running very late, we've had all sorts of technical problems tonight in terms of getting the band to work. But the people who should know are telling us that everything should be right. So our band tonight are jumping in at the deep end without a rehearsal, without a sound check or anything.
And with camera now too.
Yeah, and with Doc jumping onto camera. So they're going to play. We'll see how this goes. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us for tonight. Our band for tonight is the Hopeful Few, and they're going to play the first song, which is Kintsugi. Here's the hopeful few.
Another endless night and I close my eyes. I hope to go to sleep. Get that same nightmare where my brakes don't work and I'll wrap around a tree. Repair my cracks so well, keep the weakness where I hope that you can't see. The pressure of perfection, it's easier if you give up on me. You never really cared as long as my cog stayed in the machine. Ask, are you okay? Because corporate says it's good for the company. Follow dollar signs and you soon realize they'd kill if it was free. The pressure of perfection, it's easier if you give up on me. And it's not drowning if you let the water rush on in. So deep into that void, I'll find my comfort once again. The light inside my eyes is an anglerfish's trap. Don't you know I'm made of darkness and let it in. Million second shifts with a song and dance. I hope entirely false. The birds can't change their spots till they're dead and buried, turning into dirt. Repair my cracks with gold, I'll find the beauty in impurity. The first crack hurt the most. I hardly noticed. And it's not drowning if you let the water rush on in. So deep into that void, I'll find my comfort once again. The light inside my eyes is an anglerfish's trap. Don't you know I'm made of darkness and let it in. To reflect that a boy I met is going through much more. I watch him sink like me, so I'll overreach, cause I just can't let you fall. How can I throw myself to have someone else? I can't do the same for me. A new friend to the broken. I really wanted, and it's not drowning if you let the water rush on in. So deep into that void, I'll find my comfort once again. The parts of me you love and the parts I let you see. Don't you know I'm made of darkness and let it in. And it's not drowning if you let the water rush on in. So deep into that void, I'll find that comfort once again. The gold will let you sleep, but it won't let you wake up. Don't you know I'm made of darkness and let it in.
Welcome back to In Pit Lane. Well, as we said on this at the start of the program last week, of course, at Mount Panorama was the Bathurst 1000. But of course, that's not motorsport covers all sorts of areas. It's a broad church. We've got everything from the top end in Formula One, supercars, NASCAR, but all the way down to local club level motorsport. And one of the longest running clubs in Victoria, in fact in Australia, is the Western District Car Club. If you go out and if you've caught a plane at any stage out to Avalon, you've probably gone past their venue out there, and they'll be in action again this weekend with some AutoCross. What is AutoCross? Why is AutoCross? Where is AutoCross? Let's find out. Let's welcome Andrew and Seb from the Western District Car Club. Guys, welcome to In Pit Lane.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Yeah.
Now, first of all, Andrew, we'll start with you. Just briefly, the history of the Western District Car Club. It's been around a long time, hasn't it?
So it was established in 1946, Geelong-based, and it was named the Western District Car Club because many of its members came from the Western District of Victoria. And it's had a very, very strong background in rallying over the years, and a lot of guys have done circuit racing, and some of our members have even raced at Bathurst against Brocky and rally cross back in the 70s as well. And so Yeah, so club's
He had a
certainly been
diverse-
through some good times.
He had a diverse range of talents as well, too. So I'm not
he
surprised
sure
he's
did,
raced
yeah.
against some of you guys.
Yes, that's right. He certainly did.
So tell us about the venue you've got down there. I mean, as you go past and you'll see it down there. Now, it's not it's not Phillip Island, it's not the Bend Motorsport Park or Sydney Motorsport Park, but it certainly serves its purpose. Tell us about your venue down there.
Yeah, so it was purchased in 1983. When we've owned it for a long, long time, and so it's shared with 4 other clubs. So the Geelong Motorsports Club, the Geelong Off-Road Association, and the MG Car Club of Geelong. So the 4 of us run events at that facility, and with the Geelong Motorsports Club and Western District Car Club, we have a series on the 3rd Sunday of each month. We run an autocross or countercross, and on the 1st Sunday of each month, as a motorcarna, we have a bitumen motorcarna pad there as well. So
Gets quite a workout then with all the clubs that you just mentioned.
certainly
as well,
does, and we also have rally school as a tenant, and remote control buggies, and dirt go-karts. So it's something
Seb,
on every
what's your
weekend.
involvement in all of this?
Originally started out doing some autocross when you could start doing that, I think about 14.
So what is autocross? I mean, it's one of those things that you say, oh, yeah, I know what autocross is, and then go, hang on a second, do I? What is autocross?
Well, you just jump on a horse and run around barrels or something like that? Or?
A little bit more complex than that.
Oh, got horsepower though.
Yeah, a good bit of horsepower. It's a short course gravel course essentially. Autocross being a little bit longer. A carnacross, same sort of principle, but just a bit shorter, and you've got to stop in a garage. And then you got motorcarna, which is sort of all technical driving based, lower speed, sort of basic car control, which is very fun. And now there's a bitumen pad out there, so it's a lot less dusty, so there's a lot more attendees as well.
So it's 1 car at a time on the track against the clock. The competition is very fierce amongst the various classes. So there's 8 different classes based on engine capacity and whether they're modified or standard.
That was my next question.
Yes.
I bet you it's on the tip of Brett's tongue.
And there's
what's the limitations? What's the categories?
So there's 0 to 1300 cc's, and then 13 to 16, 16 to 2000 in over 2 litre, modified and standard. And then there's also a ladies class and a junior class for 12 to 18-year-olds. There's also another class for all-wheel drive or specials, such as the WRXs and Evos, and
Or if you want to build your own custom buggy and run it out there as well.
That's right, and people have done.
Yeah.
And it's very, very popular. We get 35 to 40 entries, every.
So what about, we talked about how affordable it is. So what sort of costs? I mean, if you obviously, Bathurst is the extreme, but even at the Victorian state level, I mean, you're looking at sort of $700-800 for an entry fee. At a garage and all the things, you're probably spending $1,500 to $2,000 for the weekend.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to come down and get involved in the sport and get into autocross. What sort of costs are involved in that?
The beauty is you can run your standard road car. You can run your shopping cart, Toyota Camry or Corolla if you want to. On road tyres, don't need a roll cage. All you need is a helmet, long sleeves. You need a club membership and a Motorsport Australia speed licence. So club membership for Western District is $50 for a single for the year, or $70 for the family, so the kids can be involved as well. Wow. Motorsport Australia licence is $165 for a speed licence, or $35 for juniors.
Probably about to go up, I think.
Possibly, yes, more than likely next year. And the entry fee for the day is $40 for adults and $20 for juniors. So it really is grassroots motorsport. The only safety requirements for the vehicles is a fire extinguisher and an extra catch or an extra strap for the bonnet. And just a basic scrutineering check. So, we don't allow rally tyres on the track just to keep costs down. And
they have to be just radials, road radials?
Just road radials, yes.
Yep. So, Seb, what do you drive?
I've got a various host of Toyotas.
Toyotas?
Yes.
Various. How many have they multiplied to?
Yes, too many. Let's not talk about that.
Okay. But they're all spec. They're all parts cars, aren't they?
Unfortunately not.
Give us the cream of the crop then.
Well, I've got an A82 Corolla rally car, which I started basically doing autocross and worked my way into rallying. I've got a GR Yaris rally road car as well, and I got A86s, other A2s, and just four-wheel drive as well.
I'm sure they've all got their different purposes, but what's the most fun? Because you were just saying which track was out there on the pad before and stuff like that. Which you've been having most fun with lately? The
most fun was doing an autocross the other day in my mate's standard $500 Corolla. So you don't need to spend heaps of money. Just keep it simple. Is more fun.
Yep.
Now, as you said, everybody knows about the complex you've got down in Avalon. When you say Avalon, everyone goes, "Oh, that's where they're building the new track." So, in relation to where you guys are at the moment, where is the new track, and how is the new track, if should it be built? How is that going to affect you and what you're doing out there?
Yes, so at present the new track is going to be built directly across the road from us. So we're at 55 Beach Road, and the new complex will be built west of the runway, we believe. We are currently in the process of being rezoned. That whole airport precinct will become the Avalon Employment Precinct. And unfortunately, that means we are more or less being forced out, you could say.
Have you got an invite?
To Motorsport Australia, to the new complex.
To the new complex,
yes. I have had discussions with Motorsport Australia, and their vision for the new complex is that it will be available to grassroots competitors, and they have said that they will incorporate our facility in their new plans. So,
but we heard about that, with the proposed Cardinia thing with the Pakenham Car Club.
Podium one,
and that obviously never happened. So, I mean, is there any concern, because seeing that you've got to move? I mean, this wonderful this brave new world may not actually happen.
That's
so
right.
what do you? So you've got to.
We are at present being proactive, trying to find an alternative property, and one fortunately won't be as ideally located as what we currently are. We do, yes, that's right. That's in process. But the ideal situation would be to move across the road.
So just quickly, if people want to find out more about joining the Western District Car Club, where do they go?
Website is wdcc.org.au, and all the details are on there. The club newsletter, membership form,
and everything like that.
And also
okay. Well, thanks. Thanks for that. We really do appreciate it. So if you're looking for something to do on the weekend, head down to Avalon and check out the Autocross. But for now, Seb and Andrew, thanks for joining us in Pit Lane.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break now. When we come back, we're going to, we'll have a little bit more from our guests as well. And also, we're going to have music from our band, The Hopeful Few. Don't go away. We'll be right back. How would you like the chance to win this great Pioneer DJ DDJ 200 DJ controller? How many times can you say DJ in a sentence? Thanks to In Pit Lane and Elliott Barber Racing and their sponsor Pioneer DJ. There's another one. For your chance to win, just email us at competition@inpitlane.com with the subject Pioneer DJ and answer this very hard question. What category does the Elliott Barber DJ Trans Am Camaro run in? One lucky In-Pit Lane viewer will be selected at random to win this great prize. The competition is limited to Melbourne-based viewers of In-Pit Lane only, so sorry to the rest of the universe. And thank you once again to Elliott Barber Racing and Pioneer DJ for making this competition possible. Yes, that is a great prize that you can win here on In Pit Lane. If you're watching and you'd like to enter the competition, just do send us an email to that address, competition@inpitlane.com, with the answer to that question. And the answer is pretty simple. In fact, the answer is in the question, okay? So, some people actually have got it wrong.
It's Hyundai Excels, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, sports sedans or something like that. Yes.
But we won't want to give any clues away now.
But thanks to Elliott Barber Racing and Pioneer DJ for making that possible. Hey, coming up, speaking of, we had Bathurst on the weekend. Coming up, well, not this weekend, the next weekend, of course, is the Australian MotoGP down at Phillip Island. And next week on the program, we'll have a preview of that, including the Oceania Cup, which is for junior drivers, and we'll have one of the local juniors here on the program, and there might even be who knows, there might even be a prop or two in the studio as well.
Bit of lightning and thunder.
Bit of lightning and thunder
goes off.
Now, just quickly, our guest tonight with Andrew and Seb. Just quickly, I imagine that you both had a look at Bathurst on the weekend. I mean, what was your take on it, Andrew? Just quickly.
It was good to see Shane Van Gisbergen go out on a high like that before he goes overseas. Normally there's that level of excitement during the last hour with, safety car or it rains or something like that. It was just missing this year. So for me,
Seb?
Yeah, about the same. It was a little bit slow, but it was good, a bit different. Quite a few retirements and crashes and something a bit different, but yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, you will notice that we didn't, that neither Doc or I mentioned the word parody tonight.
No, of course not.
Well, let's just say the gun's out and there's a new trigger for Townsville, as we're told.
That's it.
The trigger's out, so we'll just have to
Okay,
play
guys,
it by ear.
thanks for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. Now, to take us out tonight, tonight's band is The Hopeful Few, and you can catch up with them on all sorts of local media, on Instagram, and they're on Spotify, all sorts of places. But right now, they're going to take us out with their song. It's not that one, but it is 9 to 5. This is The Hopeful Few. We'll see you next week. Here they are, 9 to 5. Good night.
Listen close, get over here. I'll let you in my little secret. They say, fake it till you make it, but you'll fake it till you're dead. It's another hall, you get a cup. It's another landing that you'll walk from. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, or just permanently makes yourself or somebody else. What did you make that mark for? If you darling, what defines you, then you'll find out who you are. 'Cause I'm sick of hearing about what's just around that corner. You try 9 to 5 and 5 to 9 is very having fun. Yeah, I'm scared to stand back when it counts and take one forward. They all say the dream is dead, it's all in your head. Over here, I'll let you in my little secret. They say, think until you make it, but you'll think until you're dead. But if it's right, it's yourself in here. Wake up from that drunk and still thirsty. That danger in the mirror. Are you proud of what they have done? 'Cause I'm down here about what's just around that corner. The dark night, the 5 and 5 at night is barely hanging on. Yeah, I'm taking 2 steps back when it counts and take one forward. They all say the dream is dead, it's all in your head. Gets harder when the oceans rise. I can't mean it when I say I'm fine, or I'm okay. Just count together with blue and take the silent across that line. 'Cause I'm sick of hearing about what's just around that corner. Catch on 9 to 5, 5 at 9 is barely having fun. Yeah, I'm taking 2 steps back when you count and take one forward.